What's up, everybody? It's me, Crosspatch. Welcome back to my Madden 21 Chicago Bears franchise. We're taking on the Green Bay Packers. It's the last game of the season. These Packers are 8-7, and they need a win today to have any chance of a wild card playoff berth. As for us, we are 14-1. We have the #1 seed in the NFC wrapped up. And our goal today is to get out of here without any injuries. Here comes Aaron Rodgers. Having a great season as usual. That's actually a high interception count for him as of late. But in the real world, pretty good. In his life, kind of high.
Come on, Brandon. Can he win the MVP? Can he do it here in this last game? Well, he's got to make a strong.
But this is Packer Bears. This is a big rivalry. We want to win if we can. If for no other reason to honor the rivalry, put in our best effort, but also because I really don't want to see these guys in the playoffs. We played them earlier in the season and beat them, but they're a tough out. Rodgers is, and you know, probably just dependent on playing style, but for me, Rodgers tends to be the toughest quarterback I face in this game.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the
All right.
Nice little shake and bake.
Let's try to slow them down here. We got to keep bringing pressure on him. Like, you know, he doesn't react negatively to pressure as a lot of quarterbacks in this game do. But we can still make him make some mistakes if we are consistent and keep bringing it.
You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do? Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
These guys just have so many good players. There we go. We need to hit him. We need to hit him while he's throwing. We need to get in his face. We go cover 3 here. Somebody tackle him. There we go. So this will be a 54-yard field goal. Let's see what they do. And they're kicking it.
He's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic.
And that was that short? It was.
That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal. And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road.
So here comes Nick Foles. He is he's going to be our starter for the foreseeable future here. He's played well. He needs like 81 yards, something like that, to go over 4,000 on the season.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass.
Probably have him out there until halftime or so, and then we'll get Trubisky in there.
He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Robinson makes the catch somehow. Foles hit while he threw. Robinson still came down with it.
27 yards there, a first down.
And where are we? We're on the 20.
They think to themselves, weapons everywhere.
I want Patterson in here on this play.
This man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
In this formation, rather.
Inside the red zone here.
Coming underneath to Mooney. And we got the ball in the 10 here. Let's see if we can run it a little bit. My least favorite place in the on the field to call plays. I need to stop saying that, and I need to get into practice mode and figure out how I can not be unhappy calling plays here. Get out of his way. There we go. David Montgomery. And I think he needed 11 yards, something like that, to go over 1,000 on the season. So he may be just short of that now.
I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much.
All right, so we got to jump on them.
They go into a game for an offensive line.
But we are not going to keep them out of the end zone all game, I'm pretty sure.
At the end of the season after
I'm pretty sure.
the consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchdown.
All right, let's go.
Here comes the offense back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their team.
Okay.
But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all
We might have to start going nickel on first down. I don't like doing that, but
On first down, it's Jones.
we'll do it if we have to.
One tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. The numbers for Jones last week, 20 carries, 117
Second
yards,
and
a
inches.
touchdown.
he's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't
Stick
ever
with the
let
3-4.
them tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be
All right.
down at the 48-yard line.
All
4
right.
yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy pack.
They weren't fooling around. Why would he think they were fooling around?
That defense, didn't it?
These are professional football players.
Touch beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he's got this down to the 35.
Let's go nickel.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Ball up to the 35.
Number
now
3.
as They come up on first and 10.
And press them. And of course I have this zone all the way across the field.
Pretty nice aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to second and 4. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
Well, we're not stopping Jones here.
It's down close to a first down at about the Bears' 23. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Rodgers now on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring
They're moving the ball now.
just about a few inches here. Rodgers
Jones again.
Jones, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. On first and 10, here's Rodgers.
Get him.
And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up.
This is my coaching advice to my team. Get him.
This first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Jones. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
All right, 3rd and 7. I guess we'll go nickel here.
Took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Now look good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle and swallowed him up.
All alone.
Hit the 7-yard line.
That might have been my zone out there. I don't even know.
Take it in. Touchdown.
I don't even know.
Aaron Jones with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7.
All right, we got to respond here.
So that one along 11.
It's not going to be an easy game.
And it ends with a Packers touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Let's go, Patterson.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
Oh, man. All right. Well, all that juking around didn't get him anywhere.
He's marked down officially.
He got lit up by a backup tight end. He's still juking around.
Makes their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back.
Oh, let's try Robinson again here if we can.
So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that.
Let's go! Oh, we overthrew him.
And reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Had to get rid of it pretty quickly there with
And it's second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go.
with the pressure coming in.
That guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the 21.
I call that again. Maybe I'll keep Cohen in.
Foles.
Underneath the Mooney.
Quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag.
All right.
You just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Foles on target there to Robinson.
Take underneath if that's what they give us.
There brings up second
Nothing
down.
wrong with it.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating.
There's Robinson.
To each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is.
Let's go.
Just about any offense that has an elite receiver.
Double cross.
If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to.
See if we can get Mooney.
If he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Here's Foles.
Go to Graham.
Looking left side, and he's got a man.
Graham smashes his way for a first down.
He's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And what a nice example. Doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
All right, so we're looking for Patterson on the crosser or Graham on the deep dig.
To throw now on first
There's
down.
Graham.
And Graham's got it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another catch for
What else do we
him.
want? Let's go something a little simpler here.
First down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers.
All right, we might have Robinson here.
For a really good pickup.
They'll look to throw.
There he is.
First down. Caught out left
Turn
side
it up.
by Robinson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards. And
That play's a tough one because if I got man underneath, I have Robinson, but I also have the deep crosser on it sometimes. And I'm kind of never willing to hold on to it to wait and see if that crosser pops open. Oh, Montgomery shut down.
To pick up really nice yardage.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Let's go with this flood drive again.
Staying on the ground. This is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Oh, the ball comes out of the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
All right.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
This has been a long.
I don't know what we got here.
Figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third?
No, we can't be let down by a field goal. Mooney, get in there.
He is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Mooney on the wheel route. They gave him a little window, and we took advantage of it.
And the Bears have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
All right, 3 minutes, 17 left in the half. It would be great to get a stop here.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same.
I think maybe we'll work some cover 3 here. I guess we were doing that a little bit before, but...
Take the field. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a...
Jackson makes the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
All right, Gibson, I think, stopped him short of the first. All right. All right, we are going to bring pressure here.
Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it with Jones.
Yeah.
And he will have a first down to the ground.
Yeah, these Packers, I don't know.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
I'm grumbling a lot in this video.
Once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Oh, come on.
Catch over the middle.
Screen catch him.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some tough...
Rodgers running a quarterback draw?
Very hard to make sure...
Okay.
...through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now a second down throw for the end zone.
All right, let's see.
They don't get the hook up
3rd and goal.
You have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better,
we can't keep him out. Can't keep him out.
Aaron Jones with his second touchdown here.
But we've got 53 seconds to work with. Let's see what we can do without doing something dumb, hopefully.
This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment.
So this is where, in a close game, you have a chance to open up like a 2-score lead. So right now we're tied up. If we can manage to get a score before the half, with 53 seconds we've got here, and then we get the ball coming out of halftime. We could conceivably have a 2-score lead in the middle of the 3rd quarter.
As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing again on second.
So Robinson.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Or conceivably we could throw an interception and end up behind by 2 scores. So, you know, you also don't want to do something dumb.
A little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
Yeah, we'll take another timeout.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts.
So we got one left. And we've got 37 seconds. And we've got...
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that.
I don't know, 20 yards or something until we're in field goal range? There's Robinson again, cut it up.
Finds his man, complete. That's Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the...
1 seconds, 1 timeout.
They'll look to throw.
Robinson again is wide open, but he gets caught.
That's complete.
And we're going to have to use our last timeout there, I think.
Third and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 6 yards was the pickup.
So we are in field goal range. We don't want to give up that field goal. But we also would prefer a touchdown. I could have got more out of that. And we work this cross wheels route because it gives us players catching the ball near the sideline. There's Robinson, go! There we go. Man coverage beater.
As the first half is winding down, and the Bears have broken the tie. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
So that's probably the last we'll see of Foles in this game.
Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
We'll go nickel cover 3.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Hopefully don't give up a big play.
Quickly fading here in the second quarter. Not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
And it looks like they're going to let the quarter run down. So that's that. Up by a touchdown at the half. Take a look at the big floating scoreboard as we jog past.
Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular.
Not bad.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the.
And we will go into our depth chart and get Trubisky out of there. Or, I mean, get Foles out of there. And get Trubisky into there.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll take it up.
He's not that dangerous.
To the 26-yard line.
So I think we are going to run the ball with Montgomery a bit.
Comes Allen Robinson.
And hopefully get down there for a score. And
he's well past that now.
then he'll be coming out of the game. Or at least we'll be swapping other halfbacks in there for him.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they're leading from the front, pounding on the defense.
Yeah, Montgomery's a good back.
And truly establishing themselves here in the second.
Pretty happy with how he's played this season.
On the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. On 2nd down.
And can't pick up the first. I think we might have, 3rd and 1.
Some good tackling there to keep him short.
And he is tired. So we are going to get
me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Patterson in there. Patterson drags defenders forward for a first. We'll give him another carry.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They run with Patterson. And this will be taken across midfield and into green.
Maybe we're going to put the ball in the air with Trubisky here.
Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
This drive
Don't want to end up in 3rd and long.
Like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working,
there he goes.
Stick with it. That's complete.
Mooney with another catch.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 39. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. first down. Here's the run.
Yikes.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes
Trust in Trubisky again.
down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. You get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly.
All right, 3rd and 1.
And made a really nice play. Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense.
Let's go, Patterson.
Athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
So in my Steelers franchise, the Bears didn't re-sign Trubisky, obviously. And the Browns released Baker Mayfield, or didn't re-sign him or something. Got rid of him in some way. And Trubisky was their starting quarterback and took them to a playoff appearance.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But that was season 3. In season 4, they have since gotten rid of him and drafted a young quarterback. So I do not know where Mitch Trubisky is now in my Steelers franchise. But I know he's not a Bear, and I know he's not a Brown. Get this into Komet. There he is.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Cole Komet with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears will extend their lead.
All right, so that's what we want, and now we got our 2-score lead. See, this is what I'm saying. If you can hang in there in the first half and turn that around at the end of the half with a score, and score on your first possession of the second half, suddenly you got a 2-score lead in an otherwise close game. Packers offense has not been on the field for a while, except for those couple plays at the end of the first half.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just
can we tackle this guy, please? Let's go, Johnson.
And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Get him. He throws it away. Eyes in the back of his head.
Knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Kind of how he is in real life.
Because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone.
3rd and 2.
2-yard line.
And they're coming out with 4 wide receivers.
Coming up, they got 8 yards there.
All right.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought they were going to do.
Boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's
4th and inches. And they are going for it.
Leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th.
Yeah.
And that's complete to Lewis. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line.
All right.
They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple. Down to the 15.
Shut him down for once.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
All right, end of the 3rd quarter, going into the 4th. Last quarter of the regular season. We've got a 2-score lead here. Packers are driving.
2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
And we managed to keep him out for the time being.
So looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
You know what? I know they're giving it to him. There's just no... I've got to pick a hole. I don't know.
Aaron Jones.
All right.
Touchdown of the game, number 14 on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. And his kick is right through. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones.
Stay there, Patterson. All right, so we're going to be grinding out the clock a little bit here. I don't know how much I want Montgomery in there. We'll get Cohen in there a little bit. We'll get Patterson running the ball. Maybe we'll even get Nall in there running the ball.
It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division.
But we're also going to do our best to stay out of
this defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now
3rd and long.
This fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they
bad throw.
But they can't be so
Trubisky, come on, man.
Their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep things.
All right, here we go.
This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Trubisky.
There's Komet again.
Past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Gonna run Patterson on a jet sweep here. Because why not?
They'll run on 1st down.
And we need a block for that play to work. We need a block from the wide receiver on the strong side. If we don't get it, it just doesn't work.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress
and
not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky.
Jimmy Graham.
They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
And what are we going to do here? What do we got? 3rd and 2. And I think this is 4-down territory for us at this point in the game. At this point in the season.
Here's Patterson.
But we don't need it. I think he's got it.
Yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done.
Get under 4 minutes. We'll start doing shoot clock.
Defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it.
Montgomery pulling his way ahead.
And the clock continues to roll. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right?
So after this play, we'll be going
gain some yardage and put the onus
shoot
on
clock.
The defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out?
First down here would be pretty big.
Plan and maybe go in a different direction.
I think they need him, and this is his time.
There's Patterson.
And he's taken down inside the 30. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this
Let's
game.
get Nall in there a little bit. I don't think he's ran the ball at all this season.
Get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field.
Had Nall playing fullback at one point when we had some injuries.
Some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of
And we should be able to get this down to the 2-minute warning.
near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially,
Unless they call a timeout, of course.
try again, 2nd and 10. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind.
So we are going to,
And now 3rd and 12.
I think, run the ball once more and kick a field goal.
Two tight ends in the formation.
I think that is what we're going to do.
Blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout
Yep.
right away.
And we are also going to go coaching adjustments. Ball carrier conservative. Who do I want running this ball? I guess Cohen.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
3rd and 12.
Again, it's Cohen.
There goes. Oh!
Brought down at the 20.
Couldn't quite get outside.
Well short of the first. So fresh out of the
So we're going to have a
timeout taken.
45-yard field goal.
55 remaining.
We can handle that, I think.
Out trots the
I
kicker
hope.
in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will push the lead up to double.
So that's a big score.
That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Not that it puts the game away by any means, but definitely helps.
Because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board.
What am I doing?
It won't beat us.
All right, so we're going to go nickel, and we're going to go cover 3.
Down by 10.
And we're going to hopefully keep these guys slowed down.
They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
All right.
He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis.
Rogers,
5 yards on the catch there, brings up
he's had a very industrious game, but not any mind-boggling stat. At least not yet. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, I guess. But
Rodgers. And this one complete right side to Funchess.
207 yards.
Out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Industrious.
1st down pickup of 8.
I don't know. Is that a word you want to be? If you're a quarterback, do you want to be called industrious? Maybe I could choose a better word for him there.
That was Rodgers. Lewis has it, the tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle.
They've still got 2 timeouts.
24-yard line. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. He'll find Jones again, complete. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use.
So they got one timeout left. 27 seconds left in the game.
On the clock from the 9, 2nd and 5. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And this is caught for a touchdown.
Come on.
Hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere.
I guess no review of that or anything, but all right.
They're going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side.
Leapers and flyers.
And hope that one of the guys can come up with
Get our leapers and flyers out there.
Team ready.
no doubt about it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team.
And there we go.
That should just about put a capper on this one.
So Mitch Trubisky, take a couple of knees here, man.
Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics.
And we beat the Packers in the last game of the season. So that ought to knock them out of the playoffs, I think. I'm not sure. I guess they'll finish 8-8, so I guess they still conceivably could end up in. And we finished 15-1. We matched the 85 Bears, who also finished 15-1.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth
and if you want to hang out a little bit, we'll look at some statistics. I don't think there's much that's too exciting, but we did have some guys that set some milestones today. Foles going over 4,000 yards passing. Montgomery going over 1,000 yards rushing.
when we watch games now, because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away.
And we stepped up in a big rivalry game, and we won. We lost to the Vikings this season. That was our only loss. That was a crazy game. Much like this guy's hair is kind of crazy being stretched out like that.
So for the Bears, they'll wrap up
but into the playoffs we go.
15-1. And now they'll have the week off as
Yeah, Rodgers, really good game. I mean, 253 yards. Not a ton of yardage, but pretty good. Foles played well. Trubisky played well. These guys together outgunned Rodgers.
Alongside Charles Davis, thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time.
Montgomery, decent day on the ground. The rest of these guys just kind of got in there for some garbage time. Robinson, off the charts this year with his yardage. See what our defense looked like. Trevathan, Gibson, Jackson, and Smith, all with 7 tackles. No sacks, really? No sacks and no interceptions. Alright, so there you have it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. And maybe subscribe to the channel. Whatever you decide to do, I hope you have a great day. And I will see you in the playoffs.